program is brought to you by KWV in the interests of canoeing.
302 paddlers from all over the world gathered in Paarl for the 34th International KWV Berg River Canoe Marathon, with the finish at Port Owen 4 days and 215 kilometers away. This year's Berg River Marathon was run with the river at its lowest level in 17 years.
The KWV Berg Marathon, a true international this year for the first time. Teams from Sweden, Hungary, Brazil, Britain and Belgium taking part.
Robbie Herreveld, 4 times defending champion, hoping for a 5th in succession. Trying to stop him would be the likes of Donny Malherbe, Murray Wilson, Maynard Marais, Richard van Mansberg, and that's if the river or the weather didn't get him first.
Right, we're ready, Dave. What have we got? 10 seconds and away.
The marathon started in idyllic conditions in Paarl with a Le Mans-style start, and Robbie Herreveld, being the defending champion, started in pole position. With the very low water levels, the river wasn't about to be easy on the paddlers. First day would see the competitors paddling the 59.1 kilometers to Sonquas Drift. Magnificent weather in Paarl for the start. Even though the temperatures are low, lots of people turned out to encourage the competitors on their first of 4 days on the river. With the paddlers still tightly packed, Daljosefat Bridge provided some minor moments.
Robbie Herreveld leading his fellow South Africans, Donny Malherbe, Alan van Colle, Richard van Mansberg, Britain's Simon Dark and Magnus Skolbach of Sweden. Ladyloch Bridge in the first of the Boerland Bank hotspots. Robbie Herreveld leading the pack here. This is worth 10 seconds to his day. Drama at Wellington Rapids. Van Colle obstructing the field. Robbie Herreveld seized the moment and he surged into the lead. Virtually the entire Springbok side swimming here, including Simon Dark of Britain. This is the moment Robbie Herreveld has been waiting for, and he's capitalized on it and broken away. Fortunately, the river not too full. They're managing to control their boats. Donny Malherbe's in the water there. Murray Wilson's still upright. And over he goes. This will cost the paddlers valuable time. They'll have to empty their boats, get back in, put their spray decks on, and chase Robbie Herreveld. And it's squilky. The crowd waits. It's Robbie Herreveld. He's built up an incredible 2-minute lead over Richard van Mansberg, who managed to get away from the chaos upstream. Richard van Mansberg paddling strongly, taking up the chase. Herreveld's a full 4 minutes ahead of Donny Malherbe. And at Clay Rapid, it's Murray Wilson, Simon Dark of Britain and Magnus Skolbach of Sweden taking up the chase. And behind them, Donny Malherbe, Angus McIntosh and former champion Maynard Marais.
2 hours into the first day, the paddlers encountered more obstacles in the form of tree blocks. John, these must present a huge problem for the paddlers.
Yes, South Africa's leading junior there, young Edgar Boom of the Western Cape. River skills and boat skills are absolutely critical on a low river like this, and this presents a tremendous challenge, especially to the overseas competitors who've never really been confronted with river conditions like this in their careers.
But this is unusual for the Berg River.
Well, we haven't had a river like this since 1978, so this is a true challenge. This is what the Berg River Marathon is all about.
So not only paddling skills, but carrying skills very important.
Portaging skills are very important as well.
The Berg River winding its way through the beautiful green wheat fields of the Swartland. Well, we go back to the river now, John.
Robbie Herreveld has been caught in dramatic fashion here by Donny Malherbe. Donny's a very aggressive paddler. Herreveld's almost out of his boat. And Malherbe's pulling himself past. An incredible sporting gesture as he pulls Herreveld upright.
Now, Robbie Herreveld's 4-minute lead over Donny Malherbe is naught.
It's an incredible performance by Donny Malherbe to have caught Robbie Herreveld from behind. It's taken him about an hour and a quarter, and he's forging into the lead. Robbie Herreveld's not looking good. He's in trouble. And approaching Hermon Bridge, it's Donny Malherbe. He's the son of 3-time winner Jannie Malherbe. His brother's been in the first 5 on this marathon as well in the past. and he's determined to win. He's showing great form here today, and he's left Robbie Herefeld in his wake.
Back upstream at Clay Rapid, we've got one of these Swedish paddlers.
That's young Åsa of Sweden, one of the leading women's kayakers in Europe at the moment. Tremendously powerful on the flat water. And at Rondehevel Farm, the KWV Berg tradition lives on, as the Abramson family, as they have done for many, many years, provide hot soup for the aching, tired backmarkers. And the onlookers, as usual, spreading their picnics, waiting for their paddlers to come through. But at Zonko's Drift, it's Donnie Malherbe. He's turned a 4-minute deficit into a 3-minute lead over Robbie Herefeld. A stunning performance, an incredible performance. And he shows it to the crowd as well. And the KWV defending champion Robbie Herefeld not looking his usual strong self. Very tired, but he's hung on grimly, and he finishes in second place. And in third spot, a tremendous effort from former champion Maynard Marais and new Springbok hopeful Murray Wilson. Tommy Coles, a proud Swedish manager, leading 10th place Magnus Skolbach up to the Zonko's Drift farmhouse.
Lots of TLC was needed for the paddlers after a long day, the first day of the 1995 Berg River Canoe Marathon, just to take away the aches and pains of 59 kilometers on the very low Berg River. Day 2 also started in great weather. Zonko's Drift to Bridgetown, a distance of 43.2 kilometers, the shortest of the 4 days.
Robbie Herefeld looking a lot stronger this morning, and it's Donnie Malherbe on his wave yet again, and Maynard Marais, former champion, on the right-hand side.
John, now, why the diamond formation there?
Well, Donnie Malherbe is leading the pack there. He's paddling a lot harder than the paddlers on either side of him. They're riding his wake, the wake created by his craft. They're using probably 15% less energy there. Donnie Malherbe paddling very strongly, leading Robbie Herefeld and South Africa's Richard van Mansberg. No international paddlers in sight at this stage.
The South Africans ahead because of their local knowledge?
Exactly, and at Blackrock Rapid, knowledge is a critical factor. And what's interesting is that Robbie Herefeld and Donnie Malherbe are taking a very dangerous route. 10 boats were broken there last week, but they're taking the risk. The other chaps, Maynard Marais and Richard van Mansberg, are portaging on the right.
Now let's see who comes out first.
It's a critical point in the race, this. They could break away here if their portage is quicker than the others.
Herefeld is out, he's carrying his boat already.
He'll probably be put in first. Donnie Malherbe will probably be put in second, but the other two are closing in pretty fast on them, so it looks as if they'll get away together here.
A fair ways behind, being led by South Africa's Antje Manfroni, the leading lady in the Berg River Canoe Marathon for 1995.
And out front, it's Robbie Herefeld looking stronger by the hour. And behind him, Donnie Malherbe grimly defending that yellow jersey. He's determined to stay with Robbie, displaying all the tenacity of the Malherbe family. And behind them, former champion Maynard Marais seeking yet another gold medal. Richard van Mansberg on his way. And at Drieheuvel's Weir, it's Donnie Malherbe being led by 4 times champion Robbie Herefeld. They're 20 minutes from Bridgetown, and there's going to be a battle royal for honours today. Donnie Malherbe still got that yellow jersey, and he's determined to hang on to it.
Lots and lots of preparation must go into the Berg River Canoe Marathon.
To win this race, to beat Robbie Herefeld these days, you've got to virtually be a professional. In the approaches to Bridgetown, it's a long straight, and there's not another paddler in sight. They've built up an incredible lead here, and it's going to be a sprint finish. Robbie Herefeld leading, Donnie Malherbe hanging grimly to his wave, but Robbie Herefeld showing all the power that we're used to seeing on the Berg River Marathon. Donnie Malherbe in second place. He's hung on to that yellow jersey, and he'll be pleased. He'll sleep soundly tonight. And in the fight for third place, it's young Richard van Mansberg leading the wily old former champion Maynard Marais home.
And the leading lady, of course, for South Africa, Antje Manfroni.
Day 3 dawned clear, and the paddlers faced a new route from below the Misverstand Dam, cutting out a full 12 kilometers of flat water.
The third day would see them go over a total distance of almost 57 kilometers. A wicked cold front was predicted, however, their start saw them heading off in pretty decent conditions.
Donnie Malherbe leading Maynard Marais, Murray Wilson, the find of the Berg River this year, and of course, defending champion Robbie Herefeld looking stronger as the days grew longer. Murray Wilson, Richard van Mansberg, Simon Dark of Britain, and the old man of the river, Graham Monteith. The front bunch approaching Moravia Weir. Compulsory portage at this stage, Robbie Herefeld very quick out of his boat, followed of course by Donnie Malherbe, still grimly defending his yellow jersey. Paddlers can't afford to make a mistake here. If they fall out of the boat, they'll lose the batch. Robbie Herefeld, of course, many supporters.
Antje Manfroni, still the leading lady, opting to shoot the weir.
She'll save herself a lot of time by doing this. Steady brace and away she goes. Way ahead of the opposition. Some of the back markers approaching here, and this is Claudio Zygmunt of Brazil. 26 Berg River marathons for this man here. Giel van Deventer showing scant respect for the international opposition. And the old man of the Berg, 57 years old, Herve de Rovel, the leading master, putting in an incredible performance in the first 60 places. And up front again, the river showing its teeth. The level this year very low, and a weir that nobody had seen before. Paddlers approach very cautiously. No mishaps for the front group. The portage at Clippyville, again Robbie Herefeld, incredibly quick out of his boat, totally professional and committed. He'll be first in the water again. A kilometre downstream, the first 25 paddlers will be pulled off the water by the officials, and they'll race the traditional KWV time trial. A tough race. They'll start in reverse order, where Donnie Malherbe, the yellow jersey wearer, will start 2 minutes behind the defending champion, Robbie Herefeld.
After a half-hour break, it was back to the river for the paddlers. Robbie Herefeld starting 2 minutes ahead of the yellow jersey holder, Donnie Malherbe.
Go! 2 minutes, Donnie.
Donnie Malherbe starting behind Robbie Herefeld. The weather's turned absolutely atrocious. They're going to have to battle into a howling northwest gale. It's going to play a huge part in the proceedings here today.
What is it that is so difficult about a time trial? I mean, they're not paddling in a group anymore.
This is the race of truth. This is where there's no place to hide in a time trial. There's no wave riding allowed. It's just the clock in your mind, monitoring your body stroke by stroke and trying not to overdo it. Richard van Mansberg of South Africa's A side. Very, very powerful paddler. Donnie Malherbe doing everything he can to hold on to his lead. Robbie Herefeld seems to think the lead is unassailable, but you can never tell with this man.
Battling to that northwesterly headwind, Donnie Malherbe started off the time trial with a 2-minute 41-second lead.
And approaching Soutkloof, a powerful performance, an incredible performance from Robbie Herefeld. He's passed Van Mansberg, he's passed Maynard Marais, and all that he has to do now is sit and wait and see what the gap's going to be on Donnie Malherbe. An incredible effort from this paddler.
Weather conditions deteriorating fast as Donnie Malherbe comes in. What will the clock say?
A mind-boggling performance from Robbie Herefeld. He has the yellow jersey. He's not only wiped out a 2:41 deficit, he's now 27 seconds in the lead. And as usual, the wonderful hospitality of the region's farmers, essential to the Berg, paddlers sleeping in the barns along the way. Aching bodies being massaged, wonderful meals provided by the sponsors.
3 days down, 1 to go. The final stage from Soutkloof to Port Owen, 56 kilometers. The level of the river very low, the lowest in 17 years. John, what effect would that have on the competitors?
The mainstream blocked with water hyacinth and the marshes to the north unpaddleable. The paddlers are now faced with an incredibly tough 3.5 kilometer portage. And it's Robbie Herefeld leading Donnie Malherbe. They're sticking to each other today. They won't let each other out of their sight. Murray Wilson, incredibly good runner, he's shadowing them.
One therefore presumes that when training for a marathon such as this, you don't only spend time in the water, you spend time on the road pounding the pavement.
Well, Berg River Marathon paddlers not to such a great effect, but it does form part of their training programs. But interestingly enough, in the first 20 today, we've got the Doozy champion, Kevin White. He should easily win this portage.
So rumours that the Berg River Canoe Marathon would be renamed to the Cape Doozy untrue?
Well, it's looking a little bit like that this year. Possibly a Doozy qualifier.
At this stage, the paddlers uncertain of where to go. Do they carry on running or do they put back in the water?
Well, there's Kevin White coming into the picture now, and you can see he's a much stronger runner than the others. And at the put-in, further hyacinth upstream. The entire river's blocked here. This is the main stream.
The hyacinth not unique just to the Hartbeespoort Dam, of course.
Absolutely not. Possibly we should introduce hippopotami here.
Is this a recent development on the Berg?
Last 5 years, this is what's happened to the Berg, unfortunately. Farmers' fences causing absolutely no problem to a very cheerful-looking Robbie Herefeld here. And at the put-in, Robbie Herefeld into the water first as usual, and he powers away into the lead, followed by Maynard Marais, and into the picture, a different put-in, and slightly behind and off the pace, Donnie Malherbe. All he has to do today is make up 28 seconds, and he will be the winner. Asking a lot. Ahead of him, Robbie Herefeld organizing his group. It's a huge gap that Malherbe will have to make up. But make up, he does it. Incredibly powerful paddler. He's caught up to Robbie Herefeld again as they approach Kliphoek, one of the final portages.
Still paddling into a bit of a headwind, but weather considerably improved on the previous day.
The wind, in fact, after the portage here became very, very miserable, and it was very hard to paddle into. Maynard Marais trailing the leaders there. Robbie Herefeld once again very quick on the portage. At international level, they refer to him as one of the quickest portages around. Back on the water with Donnie Malherbe, the old fox, Maynard Marais, and Murray Wilson. Tremendous performance today. Is a very good cross-country runner, and it certainly helped him pull up and leave Richard van Mansberg behind. He's definitely pulled up into the gold medals today.
What is it that makes Robbie Herefeld so good?
Absolute commitment and a totally professional approach to training.
215 kilometers later, the finish line at Port Owen.
Robbie Herefeld showing his class, powering across the line ahead of Donnie Malherbe. Very tired Donnie Malherbe, and elated Robbie Herefeld winning an unprecedented 5th consecutive KWV Berg River Marathon title, equaling the record of 5 wins by Stefan Jucho.
Thank you, Manfroni, for South Africa.